Go7, 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 Go7. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go7, 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 Go7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say.
Yeah, I was testing the internet.
Nice and kind.
Blip. Pop right on over to the replays. Let's put on our bow tie. We're a little late today, but that's okay. Explain my lateness. Well, I decided to eat dinner before doing the stream rather than eating dinner after, and that way I could go to the gym after the stream. Gotta keep up with all the kiddos. Happy bicentennial stream, Mr. Penguin. Why, thank you. Yeah, Fluffy, that you had ample opportunity to post the stream. YouTube was fighting me. Don't blame me as usual, yeah. Thank you, Diablo Graves. I am becoming a buff penguin. Just like, I'll look just like the penguin in the fog goblet. The fog goblin goblet intro that he just had. All muscle. A fluff penguin? I don't know what that means. Oh, we could also, if you guys want, we can... We can try this chat. See if it's working better. See if it's behaving itself. Before it was it wasn't sending all the messages through, so we'll see if it is now. And yeah, there should be a 4th emoji now, Humida, that you can use. I also should change the badges there. I can move the terrain window. Is that this thingy? Oh. I think it's good where it is currently. But that's good to know. Yeah, there's a 5th one now. Yeah. Now I should be able to do the sad green infantry. Oh, see, it's can't even read the emojis. See, it's stalling still. Okay, we'll go back to the workaround. I'll just have to make it so the badges aren't the white background. Okay. Atomicgoat, which is Omega 20,736. That's what we're talking about. That's a good use of the Sammy face. Okay. They are great usernames. And thank you, King Rex. King Rex has been the one that's been making sure all the emojis work. And providing the files. Okay. So we have Omega 20,736 versus Atomicgoat. It's Adder versus Jake. Here we go. Penguins versus Yellow Comet. I mean, not originally, but it is now. So far, this opening is making a lot of sense. Going straight for this base. Going for this closest property right away to get that more immediate money. You don't have to go for this right away. This is something that you could map out in the planner to see when you want to get your different vehicle timings, because there's some really contested cities on this map that rushing towards could be worth it in the long run, provided you're not putting yourself in an impossible scenario for doing so. So going for the airport right away with this infantry is a little dubious to me, just because of how contested these more forward properties are. And I guess it doesn't really matter in this case, because this infantry can still go to any of these other cities rather than just this airport. But yeah, I'd probably do something more like this. I start rushing these central ones that I would expect my opponent to be trying to stop. This is quite the move. So this, to me, looks like Omega really wants this comm tower, like, really fast. And the reason that people don't usually rush the comm tower is because those do not provide any income, and they only help you when there's actually combat. So if you rush it way before there's combat, you get nothing out of your combat. When the infantry could have been capturing something that would increase your income. Okay, so we have Omega going with a tank first, and Atomicgoat going with an artillery first, which looks like it's going to plan to lock down either this property or this property. Those properties being mighty contested, as you can see. The artillery is going to reach here just in time to stop this capture. So well done by Atomicgoat. Of course, the tank is also being able to shut these down. On the other side. And it could be that Omega will actually get this comm tower just in time to allow this tank to help deter some of these infantry. I think the plan might be to try and deny this comm tower as well as these properties, but that's going to be really tough just because the airport's right there. So it can build a copter to ward off the tank. And it's pretty expensive to build a prophylactic anti-air to kind of stop that from happening. Ooh, this is interesting. The artillery gives up the control over this city for some reason. Well, that does mean that Omega can just start capturing this because the artillery can cover against a tank interrupting. The tower rush. Welcome, welcome. Ooh. Got some penguin strikes going on here. Okay, I like it. So this is to interrupt this capture with the tank here to continue that interrupt if the Atomicgoat decides to like fire with the artillery and keep capturing. And at the same time, this artillery is guarding this city against this tank strike. So it's a little overloaded, but you know, you'd probably shoot the tank given the option if Atomicgoat tries to go for that overload. You don't want to say congrats on the 200th stream? Okay. So, this is sticking around to kill off this infantry on the mountain. So it'll just be an infantry for infantry trade, but at the same time, Omega is denying the city. So Omega comes out on top overall there. Looks like there wasn't an anti-air built in response to this copter, which is a little fishy for sure. But at the same time, this copter isn't actually defending the comm tower capture. So Omega with a comm tower advantage here. Ooh, and gets a nice breakthrough to hit this artillery. Now this tank will get a first strike on Omega's own tank, because the artillery doesn't actually cover it, and this copter isn't really defending this tank because the anti-air will be able to get involved as well pretty quickly. But so far, it looks like Omega is doing all right. A little bit behind in the capture phase, but only a tiny bit. It does have this nice comm tower advantage. Okay, this might have been a trap at the top of this tank because this copter did come over here and block off its only escape route. So next turn we'll be able to kill off this comm tower infantry, but then get double shot by two copters. Be taken out. So I think that was just a really nice trap by Atomicgoat's on Atomicgoat's side here. But overall value-wise, Omega is ahead on this front. Only down 2 tank health for 6 artillery health and deny the capture, which is very nice. You got it, yeah. It's the map you stalled on, that's where, yeah. Ooh. That's a nice pressure over here for this city. Ooh, oh, okay, that's already been struck at. Take that out. Whoa. Their artillery is going to try and cover the copter. Okay. So the anti-air will kill the copter. It'll have to suck up an artillery shot. That's definitely worth it, provided it does live against the 6 health tank shot. Maybe this kills on the forest. Even if it does, I think the artillery can attack these. Like this artillery can threaten this one, and then this one can threaten this tank. Yeah, this tank did get taken out with a nice trap by Atomicgoat up in that corner. Oh, I don't like this use of the normal power. Because if we look at what it's actually getting, This is a normal power to kill a 6 health tank. That is that's not enough in my book. It's a very expensive way of killing a 6 health tank. You guys play guess the ELO with these replays? Sometimes. I don't actually know the ELOs. I'd have to like look them up on the website and everything. The response power, make sure its response power is doing stuff. When did the power get popped? Oh, first thing. Okay. The anti-airs get a little bit closer to the copters. The infantry are getting some nice use out of it. The +10/+10 being able to run out to the mountains better. Smacky smack. It's not amazing, but definitely an adder power is a lot cheaper than a Jake power, so I'm for it. How do you reach 1,600? What's the secret? The secret for me was being amazing. No, was making openings very specific to the players I was fighting. But the thing is that takes a lot of time investment. Inkagark might have a different secret. Play Grim. Well, the thing is, checking in between games can take a while. I mean, we can play guess the ELO. I would say these are like 900, 1,000 rating, around there. Hi. I did practice with Grim. I started with Andy and then I practiced with Grim. But that was when I was like at 1,100. Okay. So I really like the Atomicgoat's play over here, capturing that tank in the corner and killing it off with copters, but now they're just getting really zoned. It looks like Atomicgoat's going to go with like a front switch with them, but that does mean all the vehicles that have been invested on this side have been effectively deterred, and Omega can kind of get away with taking all this stuff, while the fight's still very much ongoing on this front. Okay, one tank comes over here. His hands on the airport. Anti-air getting mighty feisty. Oh, there's no tank over here, so it can afford to charge forward and just take out infantry. Ooh, it's Heart's Desire. That's Heart's Desire. You'll say 1K. You guys are in agreement with me. I said 900 to 1K. You guys said 900 and then also 1K. So there we go. The trapping in the corner was very nice to me. The openings I wasn't 100% sold on, so I wouldn't go too far above capturing this city. Captured this one. Things are looking very good currently. But the copters that have front switched over here get some value. There is still one uninjured infantry to go for this capture. A huge army busts on down into this corner. Now, if Atomicgoat still had the super here, this would be really, really scary, but having used that power already it's definitely painful. Okay, we got infantry blocking the tanks. In comes some nice artillery backup. I'm not quite sure why this anti-air dived in, but I think it will be okay. Tank gets a nice shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That didn't even take a power to go for, so I'm surprised that Atomicgoat sent that anti-air in so far. This is a interesting play. So Omega is going to just overload this anti-air, putting 2 copters in range and then also building one in range if like a super gets used. Okay, so now we see most of the investments happening over here with the buys, which is definitely what you want to do when your opponent's like overextending into your base range. Okay. Thank you, Daisy, for finding their ratings. I think I saw a pipe seam broken on here once. I'm really not a fan of these pipes, just because it's hurting front switching. Ooh. Atomicgoat trying to bust this base. I would say I would want to wait a turn before going for that, because the +10 attack and defense that Omega is getting right now means that you won't ever be able to kill this tank with this attack. If you just wait one turn, then this can clear the base entirely. Nice artillery shot. Anti-air escapes. All the infantry still standing in the way. Oh, anti-air almost gets taken out by the copters. And the tank is built here. So now... Well, now this copter's down to 9. So... This still might not get cleared. Because... This copter at 9 is stopping this tank from attacking from this plains. Because 2 plains attacks, or 2 attacks from plains would clear this guaranteed due to having a comm tower and being Jake. Okay, Block Rock will do it too. Now goes that copter. Down goes the base. It's pretty nasty. Although there is the anti here to clear this copter. And there's these copters over here. So this base isn't... It's blocked, but it isn't dead yet. Over here, a medium tank gets bought. Which makes a lot of sense. Well, actually, it doesn't make that much sense. It would make a lot of sense if there were like tanks with this composition. But with a bunch of artillery, they're pretty happy facing down a medium tank. The side slip from Omega starts capturing the city, and then yeah, it's just like, yeah, sure, you can slam into the artillery with your medium tank. Copters get taken out, looking at this tank. Tank by. Oh, it doesn't look like... Oh, wait. Omega would really like to be able to clear this airport. That doesn't look like it's going to be possible. Okay. Another medium tank gets bought over here. Some anti-air would probably be good. Be just a cheaper way of kind of doing the same thing. Ooh, we have a sacrifice for a side slip. Hit the tank. Hit the tank. Ooh, and clears the tank off. And then the anti-air clears the airport. That's a great save by Omega. And then also blocks off and goes for the comm tower. Oof. The tank gets spot here. This is looking like Omega just saved the game here. There is a medium tank breakthrough to hit this artillery. The comm tower is going to go down. We still have a 2k income lead for Omega. And there's this huge break in reinforcements here. So this army is probably going to get cleaned up pretty soon. With the 2 comm tower advantage. Rest in peace artillery though. Tank here, infantry. Banking 16k by Omega. That's a huge bank. I don't think this is really wise. I guess there's going to be an attempt to just join cap steal this. It would work if there was a way to have like a full health infantry standing here. Ooh, artillery gets to kill a 6 health medium tank. Very happy shot there. So he gets captured back. Goes that tank. Copter comes in for the hit on the artillery. We break through here. Oh, okay. We go straight to be able to clear this airport, no problem. Atomicgoat will be able to get a super, but I don't see any good super opportunities for this turn. Ooh. The comm tower starts being captured. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough to reach, but it's enough to reach to here. So yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. There's no problem for Omega to save this comm tower using I don't even know if it's needed to use the adder normal power, but that would work. Oh. Like this can kill here. And then you can use the adder normal power to hit here and the tank can come in and hit. Okay, the comm tower does get captured. That's a great turn of events for Atomicgoat. Evening up that comm tower count, at least for now. Okay, we're just going to try and coalesce our forces here for Atomicgoat, it looks like. It's going to be tough to face down this Neo tank. Then we have a bomber built, and I assume some infantry is going to walk over here and take this comm tower back. Similar thing is going to happen over here with Atomicgoat, who built a transport copter. It is actually only down 2k in income right now. It's really not too bad. Okay, the artillery are gathering together to try and to ward off this Neo tank. We have another transport copter built. Double late game transport copter while behind an econ. That's a spicy choice. But you gotta get to these cities to capture somehow. Okay, so Omega can very easily deny these cities. I think this artillery is in a bit of a odd spot. It's not really guarding anything. Bombers coming on over here. Neo tanks in the middle. This is definitely a good spot to have a Neo tank. You can attack from either attack to either side. It's kind of like good luck defending against that. This is another case where Omega can use a normal power in order to interrupt capture. See if it happens. And we have a swooper from Atomicgoat. He does get to kill this, or not kill, but injure this anti-air. And this one gets taken out completely. It's a pretty good attack. And then the artillery are here to cover. Omega is now going to go take this comm tower back. Isn't able to get the kill on this anti-air. You have just the normal power used. But because this anti-air got hit, the transport copter can't get sniped out of the way. Here comes the Neo tank on this front, though, that has nothing currently that can deal with it, although a bomber could, in theory, get saved up for and purchased. Okay, well, that's a really nice attack for Atomicgoat on the right here, who has actually managed to even up the economy and is threatening to well, I guess in this case, just take back the comm tower or make the comm tower advantage back to even. Okay. It's pretty scary. This is a very scary threat on this base. All it has is an infantry built. We'll have a Neo tank and bomber threatening it. So the only thing that can really stop that from wiping it would be a mega tank, which is definitely hard to purchase on a 17k income. We have artillery here currently locking this base, and this airport's locked, so they might just end up trading bases here. The artillery are a little too slow to save this one getting wiped out. Omega is able to control both comm towers, though, which is really nice. There's no charge left for a... That was really risky. There's no charge left for... Oh, what is going on here? For a power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so... I guess you can just use a tank. Hit here. Bomber finishes it off. It's fine. Okay. The base isn't covered, but it's still under a ton of pressure. Similar to what's happening over here. Atomicgoat has 23k in the bank and can join together some copters, some tanks, some anti-airs. So if those happen, then a mega tank could get built here. These T-copters putting in work as $5,000 blockers, it's true. Cool. They would join. Just a Neo tank built over here. I think a mega tank was pretty much required for this base to stay active. So they are just gonna swap corners. This guy probably should have just gone for the comm tower. The fighting is definitely ongoing. Okay. And now it's... Okay, they are indeed completely swapping corners here. Ooh, Atomicgoat's going to go... Trying to go more than just for the corner. Now this is going to be really dangerous, but we do have the double artillery backing up this medium tank. Good. And these mountains are working very much against Omega in this fight. But man, this bomber up here is really nice. Normal power comes in, gets to clear out all of these artillery. Okay, so Atomicgoat doesn't get the comm tower. this turn. So it's going to be another turn of double comm tower for Omega. Oof. And Atomicgoat isn't able to reach the base with this, even with a super. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, no, he could. The Neotank with the super can reach here and clear the base. It would get hit by 2 artillery, which would definitely hurt, but then you don't lose the base. I don't. Am I missing something? Am I just not counting this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that works. Okay, well, Atomicgoat really wanted to kill that tank. Breaks through here. Does get to stand on this base. Makes this artillery's life really tough. Well, I think if this Neotank went over here and cleared this base, that would be basically GG with that Jake super. But because this base does fall, the artillery decided to just stay here and fire. We recently discovered that bombers take the same damage as T-copters from anti-air. That's not true. Bombers are beefier, yeah. T-copters wish they were as beefy as bombers. No worries. Okay. Omega's still in this. They just swap the corners. Well, this base is really unhappy. There's no infantry really in range yet, so it's not straight up falling. While the HQ is definitely getting really softened up on the Atomicgoat's side. Neotanks and the artillery getting taken out by these medium tanks, but then there's anti-air left yet. There's a huge army of injured vehicles coming from this base. Tank kills off the anti-air kills off the copter, artillery fires at the tank, but the tank still survives, so nothing can be built from this base. I guess goes for the save on the city. Okay. Ooh. We have some mech value here to kill off the artillery, and then the Neotank gets a Neotank first strike, which looks very nasty. Although these city caps will be pretty tough to stop. Okay, artillery goes down. We do have the capture on the base starting here. There's not enough blockers. I guess, I don't know, we'll see. What? Atomicgoat says no thank you to the Neotank first strike from the planes? I don't know, what are these Neotank plays? Beatdown? Could have even beat down. I don't like that beat down. Okay. Neo-Tank takes out the anti-air. Copter goes into the block. The big old brawl. I think this mech can clear this way, but I mean the Neo-Tank doesn't really want to fight anything on the city. And they didn't want to hit a Neo-Tank on the plains. Base is still blocked for now. Chopper's down to 1 ammo. He's been doing a great job. Neo-Tank kills off an infantry. Okay. Side slip from Omega. Omega could go for it, I think, for a strike, but this would be pretty spicy. Oh! Oh, the tank lives at 1. But it's looking mighty difficult to keep this reinforcement going, so Omega does save this base. Ooh, okay. Double copter strike followed by Neo-Tank strike, probably. Oh. And locked in with a 1 health tank. Very well done by Omega. Okay, the city is saved. The Neo-Tank is super going to die. It probably should have hit the opposing Neo-Tank rather than a 1 health tank, but I can understand. The 1 health tank got the kill. But there was nothing beefier to stand on the base, so Omega does save this base. This Neo-Tank does die. The copters are coming down here. There's no infantry left from Omega to go after this HQ. Instead, the mechs are starting to pop out. This base is saved. It gets a medium tank built. Atomicgoat starts going for the HQ. But with a 3 health infantry. We have a beatdown when less than 2,000 charge away from the super. And it's a beatdown at the, like, close to the end of the turn. There's only 2 vehicles that can benefit from this. It does block the base. Which is something, but there's... What is this? It took a double base skip behind this? You do not double base skip as you attack a base. Or like on that same side at least. Because there's going to be no reinforcements. The Neo-Tank's just going to show up and ruin everything. Like so. Okay. So this is really awkward over here. But the join cap is like it's kind of bad because you cap it down to 14 and then you join back up to full. So you're technically better capping at 7 and like joining this one on. Only like a tiny bit. They're not down to 7, but by 7. So it'd be 13 instead of 14. It's still a scary threat though. Smack, smack. That was the medium tank. Not quite sure why the mech had to sacrifice itself there. Atomicgoat just finishes the city capture, okay. Recognizing the HQ cap isn't going to happen. You kill off that tank, but this is in range of a medium tank, so... Well, okay, we bust out the Neo-Tank in the south. I thought this was going to be used to interrupt this capture, but I guess not. copter, medium tank hits the tank. Another medium tank is built. So 2 medium tanks can do quite the number on a Neo tank. For sure. Oh, Atomicgoat wants the super. Can be a super. A super for this singular hit. It's a great hit. I can't deny it. Ideally, you get more than just one hit for the powers. Side slip by Adder. Down comes the copter. Okay, this is looking like Adder is about to clean up this game. The Neo tank isn't quite trapped in here. It can flee via the forest route. It stays over here on the city. Yeah, artillery are getting pumped out over here. I just realized that Atomicgoat is up 6k in income. Absolutely outrageous. Down goes the Neo tank. So if your income advantage is only really going to matter as long as you're not losing more on the field than your income advantages. And there's been some really unfortunate trades with the heavy tanks. That has definitely been hurting Atomicgoat here. Omega evens up the income. Just 2 turns ago was down 6k. Almost all of the vehicles on this front absolutely annihilated. Does look like Atomicgoat might lose this, but we do have quite the the infantry wall attacking at the top here with double artillery backing it up. The end of the wall wasn't impervious though, but luckily the next step in it was a little too hard to break through. Oh, we have artillery locking the base in the south on Atomicgoat, who's now behind in income. How quickly the tables have turned. Okay, pretty much all of the money for Atomicgoat is being spent in the south. Does let this Neo tank kind of run rampant on this wall, and the copter is going to force an anti-air build here. Double copter. There's actually a triple copter from Atomicgoat down here next to the tank. Does break down. We have another beat down. You really gotta stop using these powers for like one attack. Like the turn that Atomicgoat had a huge swing is when the super was used with the whole army. Maybe late game is very easy stall here. Yeah, it's very easy to stall at these rivers. Whoa, Omega actually got that city capture. So now Omega's the one who's up 6k. The artillery trying it in position, but they don't have a way to get this anti-airs to kill the copters. Atomicgoat. Or the Atomicgoat had to artillery. Atomicgoat resigns as this base is under pressure. There's no future for trying to take this one back. GG. Absolutely brutal back and forth game. There was definitely quite a few missed opportunities, but that's just going to happen. I think I liked Omega's power usages for the most part. Atomicgoat definitely should work on using the powers. I'd still say around 1,000 ELO is what I'm saying they are in this game. Is that what they are, Daisy? Sorry. Ugh. So Omega was slightly under 900. And Atomicgoat was a little under 1,000. Hey! Look at that. I'm surprisingly accurate. Never heard a penguin make that sound. My apologies. Yeah, 3-hour 29 live game. Very nice. We have Serafesque versus Humida on Small Garden. Oh, hello there, Paladin of Light. Welcome, welcome from Ireland. I've never been to Ireland, but I've heard it's very nice. This guy is everywhere. Please visit time. Please visit sometime. I might. I've been to England a few times. I've been close. Seraph the Live Eagle Man. Going with Sasha this time. Sasha is also would be pretty tough to play live. I imagine this is a live game. We'll check. Maybe I can't. It is a live game. Oh, I could have checked. Could have popped out of the replay. Trick for Sasha, right? No funny button allowed. Maybe. We have Serafesque versus Humida. Sasha versus Hawke. I think Sasha has the advantage on this map. It's really small. And it was definitely known for some tough stally play when it was in Global League. Advance Wars is great. This map was in Global League when I was climbing, and I got crushed by Everdan / Zeronix on it, and I had a really good match versus I think Excelblum. That's the name. I think that's his name, on the slightly different version of this map. And then also Hampelman, also known as the no tank guy. He rushed me as Sammy and just took my HQ before there was black boats put on the HQs. That's his claim to beating me in Fog. Never forget being Sammy rushed. It's also a map that had this being experimented with, for having the different players starting with different infantry, or like a different FTA kind of counter, where player 1 starts with 1 infantry, but player 2 starts with 2 infantry, to try and like skip the turn of do nothing but build infantry. It messes with the timings quite a bit. Taco Bird is so excited about it. He played against a guy who refused to make tanks in one of his matches. It was really weird. Yeah. There's a few. They're like no tank challenges. Okay. So this is pretty standard for the opening. This is a quadruple comm tower map. So usually what happens is someone manages to claim 3 of the comm towers. And then through that 3 comm tower to 1 comm tower advantage, they just kind of stomp. It is a really annoying FTA counter. It changes a lot more than you would think. The no tank challenge can be quite fun, yeah. Something you'll see a lot on this map, at least you did back in Global League, is really good use of artillery. There's a lot of these really nice forests that overlook properties that you care about. And the fighting around this comm tower is very choky. But gave up late game and just made 2 tanks before resigning. Okay. We have the tank first from Humida, actually going double tank versus the recon into tank that Serafesque is choosing here. Also, I don't think these started out captured. Wrong about that. This is the saddest recon. It doesn't see the tank here, just barely. Doesn't see the infantry. Ends up moving next to an infantry in range of a tank. Ugh. I imagine Humida's just going to kill this off. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess didn't want to risk. Essentially, if Humida was daring, Humida could strike from the road here and then let this infantry go for a capture and then have this infantry finish off the recon. But Humida's not quite daring enough. These are captures that are like, they look very interruptible, but they're just too close to the enemy's bases that you tend to get punished really hard for trying to interrupt them. But you can't ever be upset about getting a free recon. Okay, here we go. We start moving out here. No artillery built on Humida's side. So I would expect Serafesque to start getting some really nice exchanges with the help of this artillery. Ooh, we have a very fast medium tank too. Sasha going with the quick tech up. There is an airport here. It's way back here in this little corner. Okay, and an anti-air copter. They both have very similar anti-air timings. Looking good. Humida is starting to attack onto this city. It's a little more forward than feels like to go for that. Fighting in the center can be very dangerous, and there's very little to gain from it. You might get a single city, where if you can take a comm tower away from your opponent and get to triple versus a single one, then usually that's very impactful. He just hasn't uploaded in over a month. I think he's uploading this weekend, is that right? On Sunday, maybe? Don't quote me. I just think that's what he said. But Degis is definitely gotten more active in playing the game recently, so I would expect some uploads to come soon. Whoa. Serafesque getting a ton of information with this recon. This is one of the most valuable recons of Serafesque's career. It's basically like giving you the opportunity, like maybe your opponent's set up in such a way that you can just kind of win on the spot, or you can make sure that you don't just lose on the spot thanks to the sacrifice of that recon. And now it's starting to stall out in the center here. This is part of what people didn't like about playing this map in Global League, is the stall out that can happen here. Humida only has 1 artillery currently. But again, if you're playing this map, I would highly suggest pushing more on the sides, using the center more for front shifting. So that there's less of the huge stalling going on. And you actually get to threaten really nice victories. Oh, Humida with a sacrifice does break through here. The artillery are not... I thought Serafesque had more than a single artillery. Artillery are not in position on this side of the front, so Humida coming in. Oh, and Humida does manage to make it to the normal power with 1,000 to spare. Huge damage. Now usually that is kind of GG if Hawke is able to get a normal power through the Sasha lock, but there were a lot of units exposed here, so it's like it's in base range. This is why attacking into the center here, it's like you just overextended instantly. Ooh, we do have the war bonds by Serafesque. Okay, so Serafesque has 20,600 funds currently. We will see how much money is made this turn. Killing off multiple copters is a very valuable exchange. Very weird to me that this artillery fires here, that tank fires there, when the Neo tank has no other option than to kill this tank. This seems like wasted firepower, because there's like this tank that could be fired on. This tank could have hit anything else. It could have killed off this anti-air. That's okay. Oh, okay, before things get bought, 43,000. Was that 20,000 or was it 26,000 before? Or 43,000 at 20,600. Okay, so that's over a turn of income. That's pretty good. We get a mega tank, a recon, and a copter out of it. War bonds. Maybe Seraph wanted to hide the Neo tank. That must have been it. It's a weird thing to do on your war bonds turn, though, because you're just costing yourself money. Yeah, I imagine you didn't think you get enough charge, yeah. But that has to be the best war bonds I've seen. A full turn of over a full turn of extra income is mighty good. Another copter goes down. Neo tank hits the medium tank. Kill off this tank. Copter runs back. It's gonna get repaired. I do like the black boat on this map. There's really good spots for it to block. And the repairs in the middle of the fights can be huge. Humida does get to shoot this Neo tank. Oh my gosh, Seraph was just barely unable to get to the normal power. So we have another black wave incoming. Is this going to be the fabled zero market crash Sasha play? Mega tank of Humida's own. Players might soon actually start going for these comm towers. Oh. Megas are going to be able to face each other down. Cool. Mega goes in for a strike. That did take one of its ammo. There's no APC for it, but there is a black boot. Here we go. This is huge. Serafesque going for the comm tower. This is like almost game ending just to get this. It's way better than dying in the middle. Humida panics. Doesn't know what to do. Ends up diving forward to kill this artillery and shifting the whole army to the right. Serafesque does have the charge to go for a market crash, which is not going to happen now that that's been... Or a war bonds, or usually what you would do with that much charge is you would just do back to like 3 or 4 market crashes in a row. To have both a lot of stats in the middle of a big brawl, but also to deny your opponent any powers for the brawl. We will see if that's how it goes. Okay, we do have a market crash. We're not going to go pure war bonds. Little army in the middle, just chilling. The mega tank can hit a black boat pretty. This might be planning. Try and take this HQ. Well, if Humida doesn't build anything substantial from this base, it just has the entire army on the other side of the field, then that will be definitely possible. Okay, everything's migrating over here. More indirects would be really good for really both players. I think the Mega Tank's planning to break this black boat with the battlecopter. Oh, if so, we're about to see it happen. Humida has committed hard to this defense, the comm tower. Oh, Mega Tank still hidden, doesn't want to reveal itself, and the potential danger that it poses to HQ. I assume. Armies continue staring at each other over here. Recon gets great vision. Black boat goes into B, assuming Humida is unable to get a power. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's no easy way. Oh, never mind. What did I miss? Oh, the copter could kill off the anti-air. Oh, okay. So the recon is able to get in here and interrupt the HQ capture. I didn't think that was possible, but Humida found the way. Oof, but the Neo tank had to dive forward into double rockets. Into indirect range, gets wiped out. We have an attack here by Serafesque. diving in, getting huge first strikes. Bomber in position. You have a nice market crash. Mega Tank has 2 ammo. Hey, I'm not sure why the recon was there. I guess it was just checking to see what was up there. Okay, so the market crash was not able to really drain enough funds here. So we are going to see another Hawke in normal power. Like so. There's no APC with this, right? So this is down to 2 ammo. Okay. It's mostly just an attack on the outskirts. So not too much damage done. City is under threat. Serafesque does have lots of indirects back here. Well, 2 rockets and an artillery. Pretty good. Ooh, the Mega Tank survives it 2 so far. Might have the copter finish it or a tank. Tank knocks it down to 1. Copter finishes it off. There's nothing left to interrupt this capture though. So Humida is going to get a property lead here. The medium tank gets a nice hit. All of the anti-airs have been injured. The city is getting under threat. Humida might be overstaying the welcome here though. Neo tank, recon infantry trying to get some nice value over here. Taking this comm tower would be a try target. Rocket hits the medium tank. Bomber gets a kill on an anti-air. This anti-air looks like it's going to survive the turn, so this bomber isn't going to be happy for very long. We do have a market crash. Sadly, a market crash after we build a recon. Oh, day limit was coming up. Well, it's day 28. Well, currently, Humida's up 20 properties against 18. Now a little bit more. 21 versus 17. So if the day limit's 30, then this looks super GG. But these indirects are getting a lot of value over here. Another market crash. Humida managed to actually break through for the most part. I mean, the rockets are still standing. But almost all the infantry have been dealt with. We have another market crash go off. Day 30 has come around. Which I assume is the last day because Humida just sacrificed triple infantry into a mega tank. Yeah, there it is. GG. Battleship built. That was feisty. I think that was definitely doable to get the HQ cap. I'm actually surprised that it failed. I didn't see that copter breaking the anti-air. Let the recon through. GG. Well played. Oh. Did we see this? Yes. Okay, I didn't update all of these games because I could have sworn we saw the Max Kindle versus Max Kindle. We saw the forgot to shoot. Yeah. We saw that Darkest Hour. So yeah, okay. So lazyboi versus Savagethebeasts. on stolen seconds. Welcome, Adept. Enjoy the emotes. There you go. Let me know if you can use those on any channel. I know you can use them in the comments, so I assume you can use them anywhere. lazyboi versus savagethebeasts. On stolen seconds. The first map I ever played. Sturm versus Sasha. Very spicy. So Sturm has some, Sturm specific openings here. For instance, this infantry for Sturm can capture the airport right away. This is live. That is good to know. So I would say that Sturm is very good on this map, in my opinion. There's a lot of grouping up in the center, and at the same time being able to front switch very easily. Thanks to having perfect movement is very good. Important force to put indirects in that Sturm can get there faster. Oh, the recon spots this, but isn't able to stop the capture. But what's going well for Sasha here is that there's a fairly forward base that can be used for those fast tech ups, and the airport's right in the center, so it's very powerful. You can send the air forces to any side. But we do have Savage the Beast going for many, many recons. A Sturm after my own heart. I would prefer if the many, many recons were attacking everywhere rather than just one spot. So it's harder for your opponent to answer them all. But as we can see, recons for Sturm are very, very durable. Tank just knocks it down to 5. And they can continue harassing regardless of the pressure. Ooh, we go straight into a rocket. Kind of weird that the rocket's back here, but it must be planned to go to this forest, which it makes there in just 2 turns because it's Sturm. Ooh, the recon got trapped. I wouldn't usually want to use a recon to attack a comm tower unless fights were about to start, because comm towers don't provide income. But killing off this infantry will be huge, because it'll take a while before a replacement can get down here. Pop. 5 health recon is free to run away. Oh, okay, the rocket decided to go over here to make it to this forest. Some recons are getting taken out. So we're about to see if Savage the Beast's recon harassment has granted enough of like an economic edge to make up for the tempo loss that's about to happen. lazyboi attacks in here with this recon, gets to see a whole bunch of stuff, and probably suspects that there's an artillery in the woods just based on this formation. But of course we know that it's not an artillery, it is a rocket. The rocket fires on this tank, knocks it down to 3. The tank finishes it off, but this does mean that this city actually gets captured for lazyboi, so that's... I'm not super happy with letting this city go. I would much prefer if the tank came in, hit this infantry, and then we like do a strike with these two infantry, for instance. Lazyboi with the market crash does bust through here, has quite a few units. Kills the recon, kills the infantry, will be able to scout the woods and spot the rocket and hit it with the tank. Ooh, that hurts so much. Great breakthrough for Lazyboi. Also gets the center property. And now we start fighting over here, but now the property's gone, so it's gonna be a lot harder to actually win this. Engagement, the rocket just backs up a tiny bit. Oh no, and because it only backs up a tiny bit, Lazyboi is able to break through, chase it down, and kill it. Amazingly done by Lazyboi, who's kind of completely busted Savage the Beast in the south, as well as getting control over the center. Medium tank does come up, get some revenge. If Lazyboi sticks around here too much, that could be a pretty hard punish for the overextension. I do like the attempt over here from Savage the Beast. Normally, if you want to do something like this, on this map in particular, you want to try and pivot or like force the fight at the top so that your opponent builds the vehicle reinforcements up here, and then you only have infantry moving like down this way, so there's nothing that can actually interrupt the captures. That would be the way you'd want to go about it. It'd be like a 1-2 punch. Market crash from Lazyboi, draining all the charge. Oh, the tank does get taken out up here. So this artillery's getting some play. We're going to try and reestablish some indirect dominance down here with the artillery rather than the rocket this time. The medium tank back up. Very scary to have someone with complete center control on this map. Yeah, and Savage the Beast resigns. After that, down a lot of units. Doing kind of fine economically for now, but the city may or may not fall. But unit value and unit count, not doing too great. If the rocket hadn't been broken, then I would suspect Savage the Beast should be just kind of dominating the center right now. So really good job by Lazyboi breaking that. And I did like Savage the Beast's opening. The one thing I would change is to have the recon spread out across the map where they're attacking, rather than all in one place where the opponent can just focus a few tanks. And I don't know if you want to jump straight to rocket. You can, but as we saw, it can be risky to do that before you get some more established units. So GG. Well done, Lazyboi. We got Daisy Is My Name versus Sylphie. Flak versus Max on the Hope Forlorn. Some context. No, we've seen Sylphie before, but Sylphie might be newish. Daisy is flexing. Sylphie was a new player, so you decided to pick Flak to try and make it more fair. Gotcha. Two bruisers against each other. You never played Flak before, and it is certainly a comedy. It can be tricky. If you get to your super and you've got a bunch of infantry, then you'll be pretty happy. Infantry that can attack. Okay. So we'll see how this goes. I personally like transport openings on this map. I know some people really like the recon/tank openings. They're fine. Transports are just what I like. Sylphie with some interesting padding with the captures. That still it captures in the same number of turns, so it's fine. It's just the kind of captures that Voice of Akasha would be proud of. Making sure that your movement is ambiguous while not delaying any captures. Okay, I like it. So this guy's gonna go for this city. This one came up this way. It's a little slow in the pathing. Go that way, I guess, to try and get to the center. Usually, this is why I like the APC on this front, because it makes going for this city really nice. You finish the capture and then you can hop in the APC. You gotta get just boosted to go for this capture, or you can get transported up here to go for the airport. Okay, Daisy is my name. Is doing really well. Ahead in income at the end of Sylphie's turn, which usually means very far ahead in the capture game. But not always. Sylphie does manage to make a nice comeback capture-wise, so ending 2k up, which is good. That's more of an even game kind of setup. Unit count, or unit value-wise, Daisy's in my name is really far ahead, but Sylphie did float 5k. So Sylphie's a go pure tank wise, could be building artillery or pretty much anything as Flak and be happy. Recons in particular can be really nice for luck COs, especially on these really big road maps. Just gonna let them kind of zip around, and suddenly recons can take out neo tanks and the like when the super comes around. APCs do not get boosted by Max's power, but I believe there's still a bug that will show them get boosted when you click on them. But if you click into the boosted range, it'll just give you an error. They're not supposed to get boosted. Okay, Daisy is my name. Has pretty good approach into the center here. Sylphie's blocking this city from being captured, but Daisy's my name is Flak, so could try and go for some feisty infantry strikes. To get some damage on this tank and try and kill it off with another tank, or at least get really low. We're not going to see any feisty luck rolls here, though. Sylphie seems to be playing really well. Ooh. Gets to use the superior max firepower, clear that tank off that city, starting the capture. Very nice. APC semi-direct units. Okay, we bust through here. So now it's when the tank for a tank trade. Oh, and then an infantry kill. So things are looking pretty decent. As we can see here, Sylphie is in the unfortunate position of having built a lot of tanks on the one base side. And the problem with this is that there's this mountain range, which cuts off the one base side from going into the center and to the other front at all. So these tanks, if they want to go anywhere other than here, such as this giant fight that's happening, they have to come out this little this like opening towards this double base, and that's a very painful route. So these tanks are very much cut off from this fight, at least in a safe way. And that usually results in the other player being able to just kind of take the entire middle for the most part. But we will see. The tanks are definitely being very aggressive over here by Daisy is my name. And we do have an infantry placed to try and stop any cheeky tank strikes. But Sylphie does have a max normal power. And even without the max normal power, there is a 2-hit KO possible. Although it's pretty iffy to go to because the reinforcements would get free hits. Well, not free hits. They get to revenge. Okay, here comes the max force. There are a lot of targets. There isn't quite enough tanks from what I can see for Sylphie here to make it so there's not a good counterattack. Hits the infantry, then hits here. So if you're like looking at the situation, you're like, do I go in here? And the answer is sadly no, because right now these two tanks don't have great targets. But as soon as these two tanks come in here, you kill off an infantry and you injure another tank, but you give your opponent 2 more units to strike you with. So you actually go negative in terms of the number of engagements you have to deal with. The only advantage is that this tank was or possibly could have been involved in the fight down here, so you're helping with that. But that's why it's so painful to make it out of here. Like you activate your opponent's reinforcements for them. Okay, we just have the Flak normal power. So not outrageous luck rolls, but still very good ones are possible. Bop, bop, bop. And there it goes down to 3. Lots of little infantry strikes here. Smack, smack. We didn't see anything outrageous, or at least I didn't catch anything outrageous luck-wise there. Smack, smack. No real counterattack luck rolls because they got too low. Yeah, and now here comes so these here comes like the follow-up, right? So you had all these tanks over here, they got wiped out, and now you feel pressured to build more tanks on this front. But they're going to enter into that same problem again. So ideally you can refrain from building too many vehicles until your opponent has actually committed really hard down this path. You can build copters to try and do the job of fighting over here, assuming there's not too many anti-air, because they can actually cross over the mountains. Mechs can also help, because they can also cross over the mountains. But it's always a really tough situation. Sylphie is even in income, so even though there was kind of a nasty tank fight that happened, Daisy is my name was not able to come out ahead in captures overall, at least not until this turn. And now things are definitely starting to swing. These tanks are going to come down into the center. You have a max force used here. What did it get us? Tank strike to kill that guy. Okay, I think that max force probably should have been held on to. The thing is, the max force gives that like the power boost to go for some attacks, but also when it's not being used yet, it's always a threat that adds +1 movement to all of the copters and all of the anti-airs and all the tanks, so you can use that to zone your opponent's vehicles. They have to play around that extra movement. So even when it's not being used, it's still doing something. Okay. There's not very many infantry left on this front for Daisy is my name. There's still tons of vehicles. Still be charging on in. Wow, very aggressive. So this technically overloads the anti-airs because there's 2 of them and 3 copters to strike. But that's still very painful to go in for those attacks. Because copters do cost more than tanks. So unless you're able to like wipe out the opponent's anti-airs because of that, which that might be what happens. Although it looks like this one's going to be fine. Maybe. Okay, Sylphie could break through here. We're going to have more anti-airs built. Ooh, no anti-airs got built. Ooh. Oh, there's only 1 copter, I guess, on its way. It's not so bad. Use this. Down to 1. Okay, so Sylphie's doing great, making a nice comeback. About to get to 23k. We do have a super from Daisy is my name though. Oh, there we go. A nice one shot. Nice. Nice one shot. Infantry rolls down here aren't great. But that's okay. The vehicle rolls are amazing. Go after the infantry. There's not too many attacks that were available that turn, sadly, but there was definitely some nice luck rolls. This is quite the brawl. That can happen, yeah. Doctor sticks around. I mean, this is a 1 health anti-air. I'm not sure why this anti-air decided to hit the tank. You could definitely just use a tank to do that. The luck roll actually came through. A counterattack. Anti-air goes down to 1. Okay, we have a Neo tank from Daisy is my name. There is a method to this madness. The idea is, if you still have like a ton of infantry, for instance, then you, as a Luxio, you go into Neo tanks and like heavy vehicles, because your opponent kind of has to go into heavy vehicles of their own to counter them, just to do enough damage to them. And then you don't have to use your heavy vehicles to deal with theirs. You just pop a power, and you have like your infantry kill their heavy vehicles. Is the idea. While your own heavy vehicles can deal with their other stuff. That's the dream, at least. Doesn't that also sort of work with high funds grit? It might. I find that it doesn't often work nearly as well as you'd want it to. Is my experience. I'm thinking way too deep into that Neotank buy. I'm just talking about, you know, that is a strategy that Lexios go. Okay. The brawl is ongoing. The Neotank comes through, kills an anti-air. There's still no answer to this Neotank from Sylphie. Which is very unfortunate. Tank strike clears the city. Okay. We preserve our 3 health anti-airs. Especially as max, because you can just have them on a slightly farther back city and you can use your power to bring them into the fight. Like 3 health is kind of scary for a copter to suck up, but a 5 health and a 7 health anti-air can completely ruin a copter's life. So we definitely keep those alive rather than sending them forward. Okay, we do have the Neotank bot to deal with this Neotank, but for now it continues to go on its little rampage, enjoying its superior stats and everything. Strategy to play Flak seriously. Hey, those Lexios, they've got the top players have played them too. Personally, I like playing Jugger the most. The higher rolls tend to matter more, just because they can happen. Rachel's Alexio too, yeah. Okay. The Neotank is definitely under threat here. It's been surrounded. There's an opposing Neotank coming to get it. We do have normal power. Daisy is my name. Might have been able to get a super here. I don't know if we can just like have some copter strikes and get the super. But we just go normal power. Yeah. See, this is what I would have liked to have the super. Oh, okay. I'd probably go copter first and then Neotank. Just because you usually want to attack with the thing that's going to take less damage on the retaliation if the luck goes poorly. Does Cobalt Ice Jugger have a luck bonus? Yeah. Well, the nice thing about Jugger, right, is if your infantry like just captured a city, or you have like a free-ish infantry and it's sitting on a city and their tank comes over and hits it, you know, there's a chance they're going to lose a whole hit point on that tank for doing 5 damage to your infantry. You'll just go to the bank smiling. And Sylphie resigns as the Neotank trap has failed. Actually, more impactful is that their copter will attack your infantry, and then they'll lose a health on the copter, which they can't repair very easily. That was a really good showing by Sylphie for such an early game. I think the capture route might have needed a little bit of work. Daisy's my name definitely got ahead at the beginning there, and then also it looked like towards the end there Sylphie kind of understood that the vehicles getting trapped over here is really rough to deal with. And Daisy's my name did a great job of exploiting that. You hear way more about Flak? Well, that's just because D just likes Flak. Another nice thing about the Lexios is that they, when they don't have to rely on anti-air to kill off every copter. As we saw, infantry can just walk up and pop them if the power's active. And that changes things a lot, because oftentimes there's a lot of strategies around just clearing all the anti-airs out of an area and then trying to dominate that with copters, and that's not always possible against the Luxios. Yeah, the 8 HP Copter Slayer. Okay, we have Lou versus Bigjoe.
Access granted.
Yeah. Well, even sometimes it's because copters have no defense. They don't have any of that defensive terrain going for them, so there's nothing working against the luck damage. So they're very susceptible to that kind of thing. Yeah, there was the match where the Andy sent 3 infantry into a copter before super. Yeah. So yeah, even when you're not a Luxio, you can try and do it. It's just more painful. The Luxios definitely have more to them than just luck, than just like randomness. But I understand whether or not in Global League, because that can be very frustrating to play against. Yo. We have another Sasha versus Hawke. We saw one earlier. So this is a kind of interesting map here. Very much divided straight down the middle, it looks like. So we're just gonna have, I would imagine we're just gonna have bases running straight forward at each other, which either enters into just like a giant brawl in the center or stally game. Neither player like rushed to the airport or anything, so I'm expecting to see just a bunch of tanks on the field. And so far, what we see, they're covering each other against one another. Comm tower being captured. It would be pretty expensive to try and interrupt this, so I don't think that's going to happen. And the units just be charging forth. So this is, I mean, there's a lot of roads and shoals, so recons would be really happy on this map before too many tanks get on the field, but we didn't see any recon openers, so I think this might just stall out with a bunch of tanks staring at each other. We do have an anti-air built by Bigjoe, ready to deal with a potential copter. Just tanks built by Lou so far. You know, everyone's just staring at each other. So far, so good. Lou has a slight advantage property-wise, capturing both of these, while Bigjoe doesn't have this one. Oh, we have first blood over here. Oh, but Bigjoe has this one that Lou doesn't. So they're currently even at 23 each. The anti-air is here to deal with this copter, so this is going to have to be protected by a nice tank wall. Very nicely done by Lou. Oh my gosh. Hello, say the tanks? Yeah, you have to run away on the other side of the map if you do something like this. Yeah. It is definitely a lot easier to wall on, which makes it stallier. I don't know, how much do people like walls? Because if it was like a hex-based game, if Advanced Wars was like the same but hexes, it becomes really difficult to wall because every hex is going to have. Like if this was a wall and hex based, there's 2 sides to attack each unit, so it could always be broken through. So walling would be a very different experience. But it's not like walling is bad. It's just too much walling makes the game super stall out, so I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this live game goes into the unit cap. Yeah, I wouldn't say walls are good or bad. I mean, there's definitely times where I'm like, wow, that was an amazing wall. And then there's other times where I'm like, yeah, those are just a bunch of walls staring at each other and this is not fun to play. Yeah, I like aggressive walls. That's the kind of play I like. When they like attack into you and then suddenly there's a wall on your face, you're like, how on earth did that just happen? The positioning is amazing. We're definitely stalling out here. A huge line of vehicles. 41 units for Lou currently. They're actually, yeah, they're still even in captures for now. Bigjoe going for 1 more. We're going to try and take this one as well, which would put this in Lou's favor if they both finish. Bigjoe currently ahead by 1. There's no infantry in range to interrupt this, so it is going to take a vehicle. Bigjoe is not willing to commit a vehicle to break this, so Lou is now going to be ahead by 1 property. 25 to 24. If Bigjoe can get this property, they'll be even. At this point, though, Lou can just wait until day 30 and win the game. If no one does anything. Oh, Lou going to get aggressive, try and get 1 more property up again at 50 units, willing to start trading them. Bigjoe is not willing to send an infantry forward to interrupt this? What? Or is this one going to do it? No. Okay, Lou is now up 2 properties. I guess Bigjoe just wants to wait until they're even in unit count. It's day 19. Unit count is now completely even. This is a very dangerous situation for Sasha, because what Sasha wants to do is control the like pace of charge. But if there's a giant board state like this, then it's very likely that someone can just build up an entire charge bar in one go before you have a market crash to interrupt. Now, it's not as bad as when Eagle does this against Sasha, because in that case, Eagle just like crushes Sasha, since being able to take 2 turns in a row means you can go incredibly aggressive with the units. We got 10 days. So Lou doesn't even really need to fight here. Could just wait. I mean, it would suck, but you can just wait 10 days and try and win through the timer. Bomber's going to run out of fuel. It's down to 22. You have an APC on the way. Some fighters built. Bigjoe does have enough charge to pop a market crash. Lou's getting mighty close to the normal power here. Decides not to commit any further though. Does build a... Wait, what? happened there? Okay. We were here. Okay. Doesn't get to normal power. Does build a battleship. What? Doesn't build a battleship? What happens to the battleship? That's a mega now? No, there's already a mega. Did that just restart the turn? I think that just restarted the turn. Okay, and we're back. It's very confusing. Okay, so there is a battleship. Bigjoe does attack here. Okay, only a little bit at the bottom. Then goes for a market crash. It completely empties the bar for Lou. But also loses a bomber and a battlecopter. Tank. That is day 23. And oh my gosh, Bigjoe has 3 infantry. Well, if Bigjoe has no infantry, then the only victory condition that Bigjoe could go for is a rout, which is very difficult to get. Ooh, blam. Normal power goes through. It's going to be one of those really big ones. Bigjoe at 345,000 unit value. Almost 40,000, about 35,000 in value done for 1 damage. Not bad. Okay, Bigjoe is able to attack in here. Doesn't go for the war bonds. It would have been possible. Although it doesn't look like there's very valuable attacks for it. Blue is able to swing in here. Not quite able to get another normal power, but really close. I think Bigjoe's down to a 5 health and a full health infantry. Yep, there's this infantry. And there's this infantry. And there's only 4 days. So yeah, Bigjoe resigns. GG. That was a very stally game, but well played, Lou. Very nicely played. For Bigjoe, I definitely would have interrupted the captures. Even if it cost you some units, you just can't allow your opponent to get ahead on a stally game with a turn limit. It's too much pressure. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more game. Just because it's the weekend tomorrow. There we go. It's another live game. We've got the thenightsshadow versus PeanutButterBucket. Andy versus Kindle. If you could teach only one match class, why wouldn't it be math class? Why wouldn't it be geometry? Because I'm awful at geometry. the name of that. And I've taken some very advanced level geometry classes. I don't even know if I can log in and check them. I was gonna check to see the name of the class, and my college said, "We're detecting that you are a staff member." I'm not a staff member. At least not that I know of. Just wanted to check. My old it's not gonna let me. Oh well. It was advanced geometry dealing with different dimensions. I think. I've had to flex my grades. I can probably name all the shapes starting from 1 side to 100. Dude. I don't think there is a one-sided shape. I don't think that a point counts. It goes point and then a line, but a point's considered 0-sided and the line's considered 2-sided. Line's got 2 sides. You know, you draw a line horizontal across your piece of paper. There's a top and a bottom. I guess there's the Morbius strip. But even that, it kind of has more sides. Alright, I need to get to the... Is it not... Oh my god, am I miss saying it? Isn't that Morbius? No. That's Mobius. Ah, gosh dang it. It's an O with an umlaut, okay? I was close enough. It might actually be... Yeah, whatever. It's not... Yeah, but it's Mobius with... It's whatever. It's German, man. Anyway, we're bopping. Those are cool though. You can buy them. Okay. So we have Kindle versus Andy, where I think that Andy kind of wins in the mid game. Kindle's stronger in the early and late game for the most part. We'll see how this goes. The Nightshadow does bust out a recon and a tank. Thank you, Pumpy Heart. We'll see what this recon gets done. It looks like it's going to be used to deny this comm tower from PeanutButterBucket. It's going to do so successfully. The artillery doesn't even get in range to save this. I don't know why this infantry decided to commit to this. It's just kind of free infantry. I guess it blocks off the recon from going through. We do have the copter on the way for both players. And mech spam starting for PeanutButterBucket. That's a little weird. Recon comes over here and hits this infantry. Very nice. Infantry charges forward and interrupts here. I don't like this interrupt because there's no good follow-up. Copter the artillery gets hit by a recon. I don't know why the thenightsshadow went in with this recon. So the copter can just kind of hit this for free. And the artillery can just hit this comm tower. So I would only do this if I had an anti-air ready to deal with the copter, but there's no anti-air built. Yeah, this is a little weird. Whoa, the mech was used to attack the copter? So sometimes this can be worth it. Because copters are really hard to repair. But against Andy, this is like never worth it. Because Andy does not have a hard time repairing his copters. It's part of why he's got really, really good copters. Kind of just free value. So I think we're going to have a join cap to try and get this comm tower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe something like this joins here, infantry goes here, infantry goes here. So we have this little wall. Join cap. Oh, okay, we're going to go there. I don't think that works. Is now copter plus infantry can clear this infantry, and then copter can just strike. I think it had to be to stop that 2-hit KO on this guy. We do have a lot of pressure down here due to a whole bunch of units smashing into the copter and being really unhappy. PeanutButterBucket's down to 12 units. Never mind, this all gets wiped out anyway. The walling doesn't matter. Anti-air on its way to break this. Ooh. The mech survived at 1. PeanutButterBucket says incredibly rude as the thenightsshadow starts capturing the HQ. This is really scary because PeanutButterBucket has Urban Blight, right? So they can just interrupt this, but the thenightsshadow is Andy. So if the thenightsshadow is able to get a super, can just heal off that 3 damage and then finish the capture and win the game. So you have to Urban Blight and then do extra. So yeah, knocked it down to 2. And that will save it for a turn. The thenightsshadow could get the super at this point by sacrificing copters. Just gonna go with the normal power. Okay. Join caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anti-air can still hit this. Does have to do 5 damage to this infantry, or it's GG. Okay, we do break through this way. Copter comes in. Oh no, hits it to 6. That is game over. PeanutButterBucket has resigned. The thenightsshadow captures the HQ next turn. Andy, being Sammy-like in the HQ threats, well played to the thenightsshadow. GG. I would say PeanutButterBucket would be a little restrained on attacking those Andy copters for sure. This game gave you a bunch of feelings and none of them were pleasant. Oh, I'm so sorry. GG. Andy Cop saving the game. Yep, Andy Normal Power doing work. I hope everyone enjoyed. I'm going to leave you all with an apple, and I'm going to be having another stream tomorrow morning, I believe. And then also tomorrow afternoon, so double stream tomorrow. I hope everyone enjoyed. There's of course our Patreon if you would like to support the stream that way, and you can get emotes now by giving $1 to the YouTube channel. Good night, and thank you for watching.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's his